Another news, a hack leads to millions in Brazil getting a fake government alert into their phones. This was a very interesting story from a cybersecurity and national security perspective because the equivalent of the Amber Alert system, like the emergency alert system for that country, for Brazil, was hacked. And those hackers were able to send out a message to millions of citizens that came from a trusted source, right? Everyone, when you get an Amber Alert or that emergency broadcast system message, you trust and assume that it's coming from a legitimate source. You trust that it's coming from the government, and you trust that whatever message is being sent to you is accurate. And so when we're seeing that trust be shaken, when it's being disrupted because the message that came through was not actually from a legitimate source, it was not accurate, it was not supposed to come through. That's a very that's a bad position to be in from a government standpoint. So that was very interesting. Another interesting part about this event was that the message that was sent was classified as an extreme alert, and the message itself was misanthropy. It was just one word, a single word that means hatred towards humanity. And I don't think anyone knows what that means. Not knowing the definition of what it means, but knowing that whoever sent that message, were they saying that they have this hatred toward humanity? That's If that's the case, then their hatred combined with their skill to be able to hack into and take control of a national system that should be under the most strictest controls is alarming, because what else can they take control of? What else can they take control of? But what else could they have done with this message? They only sent one word that didn't actually prompt any reaction from anyone. But imagine they had sent a message that was designed to prompt an action. Imagine they were sending a message that was designed to destabilize a bank or destabilize you know a what do you call it, a political, not movement, but a political activity, right? What if this was election season and a message was sent to make it more difficult for the people that would vote for a particular party to feel comfortable heading to the polls? That's the type of things we're trying to combat when we're talking about cybersecurity and protecting digital systems. Software infrastructure that we rely on, from the cloud to the systems that actually are powered by the cloud. Whether it's your phone service, your telecommunications, and how you message and communicate with your family, friends, and business partners. Whether it is your Uber and how you transport goods, right? It could be the systems that UPS uses to track inventory and track where their assets are in relation to an active delivery. Or it could be Uber and how vehicles are moving and how people are moving goods throughout a city. Or it could be something like a bank who is keeping track of people's savings accounts, their retirement accounts, their brokerage accounts. Like, these systems need and require the utmost security. They require people that understand how to keep out the bad guys and malicious hackers. They require people who understand what it takes from a performance standpoint to actually secure a system and maintain the security of that system over time, and in the event of any type of failures, right? When something breaks, what actually happens? What are the next steps to get the system back in line and back functioning? This becomes a much more important requirement that it may not have been so important in the past, but it's getting progressively more important today. And that's with systems that have a less than physical reaction in the world, right? I'm talking about systems that they aren't directly tied to human behavior, right? Like, I can't send a text and it automatically makes a human do something, or it doesn't automatically change real world conditions, right? I'm not seeing technology is that type of technology, although it exists, it's not as prominent. It's not as well, I'll say diverse.